Dream makers.
Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first YouTube video and I'm so excited. I'm about to show you guys my full face makeup, so let's jump right in. First, I always start with my brows, and I like powder brows because they give you a more natural look, and I'm using Kat Von D in the shade Truffle. I think this is the darkest one they have. I really love this eyebrow. It's awesome. So guys, I just want to let you know I'm really passionate about this makeup, and I have so many different ideas in my head about videos I want to do, but the first one I definitely wanted to do was a full face makeup look. As you can see, I don't do much with my brows. I started with my tails, and then I lined up the bottom of them, then the tops, and then a couple of strokes in the middle. And I honestly just already like the shape of my brows, and I just try to go for a more natural look. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of eyebrow mascara on there. It works really good just to give it a little bit more pop. Next item that I'm doing a terrible job showing you guys is the Urban Decay primer. You guys see I just slopped that right up on there. Probably used too much, but that is okay. I use my hands a lot when I do my makeup. Just make sure your hands are clean when you do it, but I know where my hands been, and I always make sure I wash my hands before I do that. Oh, those eye pads under my eyes, I forgot to mention. Those are from Target. They come in a 3-pack. I love them. I have really bad dark circles, and they also catch the fallout from your eyeshadow, which is awesome. Now I'm just cleaning up my brows with concealer I got from the beauty supply, LA Girl Color Cool Tan, which is my favorite concealer, and it's only like $3.99, which is awesome. If you notice, when I clean up my eye, I prime my whole lid before I even started cleaning up my eyebrow. That way I can set a base before I actually start putting the eyeshadow on, so it's all one color with my concealer. And now I'm just blending that out. The brush I'm using is a small blending brush from e.l.f. And the brush I used before that to put the concealer on was a flat brush, also from e.l.f. I'm also going to pick up my sponge by Real Techniques and make sure everything's just blended out. I'm going to set that concealer with a banana powder, and I can't remember the name of it because I actually got it from my best friend. I have a banana powder, but I did not like it, and this one works so great. I'm going to put the name underneath the video when I'm done. I'm also going to take my concealer and clean off the top of my brows as well. I'm going to use a clear eyebrow gel so that my eyebrows stay in place and the hair stick up and it's on fleek. Now, eyeshadow time. This is the palette Juvia's, and I was really excited to use this. It's a black-owned company. The colors are very beautiful, and I chose my palette. They have a different type of palettes, but I chose this one because it had a lot of blues, and I don't have that many blues, so yeah. The first color I picked up is called Nana, and this is just the first transition shade. And the first transition shade, well, I can't say that, transition shade is, I try to match closest to my skin tone as possible. So it's typically like, you know, a brownish color. I'm using the Morphe M518 brush to apply this color on. You can see I'm just applying this color right beneath my eyebrow bone. The second color I'm using is Kia. This is a red color. I love red color. color eyeshadows on my lids because I have warm skin. So that red transition color really pops on me. The brush I'm using to apply this eyeshadow on is just a small eyeshadow brush by EOS Tools. The next color I'll be using is called Yamoja. This is the first blue I'm gonna put on here. It's really pretty. When I put on my eyeshadow, I don't know if you noticed, I try to dab it first. That gets the color a little bit more popping, and then I use the windshield wiper technique to blend it out. Now I'm going to pick up the brush that I used Zakia with. I didn't add any extra color to it. It had some on there a little bit, and I just wanted to use that to blend that out. Now I'm going to use the color Aja, and I'm just going to place it at the corner of my lids to kind of smoke that other blue out, to darken it up a little bit. The brush I'm using to apply this shade is by e.l.f. and it is a small blending brush. You're going to tell by the end of this video how much e.l.f. products I use. Honestly, that was just always my to-go-to when I started out with makeup. Mainly because I was broke and that was the cheapest thing. But honestly, e.l.f. products are amazing. And some of those brushes I've had for years. So they last for pretty long. I'm going to blend that out with a different brush. Still using that Zakia brush. Haven't put any extra product on it. This is the Morphe brush that I used the Nana with, and I didn't put any extra product on that either. I just wanted to blend everything out. I'm gonna go back and add a little bit of the Yamoja on there. That blue, wanted to pop a little bit more. I'm going to do a half cut crease today, so I'm going to use my LA Girl concealer to do that. I just put it straight on with the tube, but then to get a more precise line or a crease, I'm going to pick up a Morphe flat brush. This is really good for cut creases to give you more precise look. I'm gonna go ahead and set that with banana powder, and I'm using an e.l.f. blending brush that is clean and dry. I accidentally made that cut crease a little uneven, but it's okay because the next color I'm using is also a blue, so this isn't really a necessary part. I just really wanted the color I'm putting on top of that to really pop. I'm going to set that with my banana powder, and I'm using an e.l.f. blending brush. Now the color I'm going to put on top of that crease is Faso, which is like a purpley blue, metallically color. It's awesome. The brush I'm using is an e.l.f. flat precise brush. It has like the diamond shape on it. It's great for just picking up product and dabbing it on it. I'm going to use the color Yamoja again. This is the brightest blue on the palette, and I'm just going to place it in the center of my lid, right where the end of the cut crease is, and I'm going to blend it out. This really makes your eyeshadow pop because it's like boom, it hits you right in the center of your lid like the light. And I'm still using the same brush, I just flipped it over to the other side. I'm going to pick the color up Aja again, and I'm just going to go over those corners, make it a little darker, smoke it out a little bit more. Now I'm going to pick up a clean brush. It's a little bit of a bigger blending eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to make sure everything's blended out. Now I'm just going to use the NYX eyeliner. It's the matte one, and I'm just going to outline the top of my lid. Oh, that's the worst, messing up on your eyeliner. It's okay though. I've done this plenty of times. I'm just going to take some of the blue eyeshadow I put on my lid right there, and I'm going to dab it on top as much as I can, and that should go over that pretty well. Yeah, eyeliner, it could have been a long burst than that. That blue covered it up pretty well, so I'm okay. Moving on. Eyelash time. So this is the Allure Vegas Nay Luxe collection, and this one is called Bronze Beauty. This is my favorite eyelash line, the Luxe collection. First, I gotta put mascara on, just a thin layer, so it hooks on there good and it blends into the eyelashes. Yeah, these eyelashes are so natural, so silky. They're my favorite ones. I don't like the ones that are cheaper than this. They're like $7.99 compared to the $10.99 or $11.99 ones, because these just look so much natural and so long and so silky. I have no idea what I was dancing to, but I can tell you I was off beat. I put a pretty thin layer of eyelash glue on the eyelash, and the glue I use is Duo, and that works really well. So you guys couldn't tell, but I actually cut quite a bit out of this because I was having a malfunction with my tweezers. They were bent pretty bad, so yeah. I'm going to prime my face, and the primer I'm using is e.l.f. Blemish Control. I got it for Target for $10. I love this one because it's thick and my face feels really hydrated after I put it on. Priming your face is very important before you put on your foundation, because you don't want any creases or cracks in your makeup, and everything just goes on so smoothly. I'm also going to spray Mario Badescu on my face just to add some more hydration. Now it's foundation time. I use dots on my face so the foundation covers evenly all over my face. Obviously I did the other half a little bit more sloppy, but that's okay. And I'm going to use a beauty blender by Real Techniques, and I'm going to really press that in hard. And the foundation I'm using, Fenty Beauty. Thank you, Rihanna. We did not deserve you, but thank you so much for bringing out this line. This matches my skin so perfectly. My number is 370. I'm using the LA Girl concealer underneath my eyes, really going to cover up those dark circles, and then I'm going to put some in between my eyebrows, the highlight spot right there, And then I'm going to do a very sloppy job down my nose. That line is so crooked, I'm sorry. And I'll make sure I put something on my chin. Then I let that sit into my skin, and I'm going to use this contour stick, also by Fenty. This is Truffle. And I'm going to contour my cheeks, my forehead, the bottom of my chin, and my nose. If you notice on my forehead, I have a pretty big forehead, so I'm not scared to get down in there. I'm going to use a pretty big e.l.f. blending brush that I had for so long. I love it. And I'm going to blend out those contour lines all around. Really make sure I get in there and blend that out. I don't have to use as much force as it looks like I am, because that Fenty really is like butter. It just blends so well. It's so smooth. And when I do my hairline, I make sure that I'm going into my hair, like really messing up my hair up there, as you can tell, because I don't want that white line that, you know, forms if you don't really get in there. Now I'm using another brush. I can't remember what this is by. I think Eco something. And I'm just going to blend out that contour line I made on my nose. I'm ready to blend out my concealer. I'm going to use a sponge and really get that out. Underneath my eyes, I'm going to use the tip of it. And I'm still pressing pretty hardly. And if you notice, my eyeshadow was a little funky looking. I always do that. I use this concealer because it literally covers up everything, and I really make those lines so much more neat. Now I'm going to put banana powder as soon as I blend that concealer out, so I can set that concealer. If you can tell, I'm a little heavy-handed on the banana powder. This I normally don't do this. I don't know why I use so much today, but that just means I had to spend more time making sure I blend it out so I don't look like a ghost. Oh my god. Okay, obviously that was a big epic fail. It's okay, because we can take care of that makeup. You don't have to start over. Sometimes you just have to spend a little bit more time fixing things, blending it out. So I'm gonna take a rag and clean that up, and yeah. Okay, so this is Becca bronzer, and this shade is Maui Nights. I'm going to use this kind of as a transition to my contour. I'm putting it a little bit on and a little bit above where I put the contour stick at. I'm putting a little bit extra on my neck. This gives you a really glowy tan look. I just am in awe about how much banana powder is on my face right now. The reason is I normally don't use a brush to put it on. I typically use like a sponge, a dry one. But I wanted to try something different today, and obviously it did not work. Okay, I just noticed all that banana powder on my shirt. Good going, Lindsay. So I'm going to use Rihanna's Diamond Balm. Of course, Rihanna. And I'm going to apply that while my banana powder sits on my face, because I have to find something to do. So I'm going to protect my eyes. I'm just going to apply that with an e.l.f. brush. This is one of their exact brushes, and it's the pointy one. And I'm going to just apply that underneath my eyebrows and the corner of my eyes. Now, the Diamond Balm, I love it. It gives you that silver glittery look, but it's not giving me exactly the pop I want. So I'm going to add another shadow to it, and this is a Morphe palette. It's just a silver, and I'm going to apply that exactly where I applied that, and it just makes it really pop. Notice I'm not going to let that crazy disaster of that banana powder I put on my face sit too long, so I'm going to dust that off, and I'm going to make sure I really blend that out. Brush I was using to dust that off was a big fan brush. It was pretty thick. I can't remember the name of it. This brush I'm using to blend out the bronzer on my face is by Bare Minerals, and it's a buffing brush. Still not done with that banana powder yet. I really have to make sure I blend that out. So that is a Bare Minerals blending brush that I was using. And the next thing I'm using, I actually dropped, so hold on. This is Mulani, and I got it from Walgreens. I'm using a fan brush to put that on. I'm just putting that on my cheeks, my eyebrows, just basically the highlights of my face. And I'm going to go back to the Diamond Bomb. And I'm going to put that on with a smaller fan brush. And I'm just putting that on the high points of my cheeks. I want to apply blush to my face, and the blush I love to use is Fenty, of course, and I'm going to use that same fan brush. That is Mimosa Sunrise Highlight Duo, and I use that pink shade for the blush. Taking that Bare Mineral brush to make sure I blend that out. This shade is the same shade I use underneath my eyebrows. It's just from a Morphe palette. It's a silver color, and I'm going to put that on with my fingers because I didn't want to apply too much. And I'm just going to put that where I put the Diamond Bomb at and just really blend those two together for a really popping highlight. As I get ready to apply my lipstick, first I make sure I moisturize my lips, and I'm actually using Shea Butter by More Naturally. And the eyeshadow I just put is the same eyeshadow I've been blending the Diamond Bomb with. It's from the Morphe palette. I can't remember the color of it. It's just a silver. And I just put that at the bridge of my lips for that extra pop. The lipstick I'm using is by NYX, and it's Lip Lingerie Liquid Lipstick, and the color is Push Up. That is my go-to color. Okay, I just remember the name of the eyeshadow that I put on my lips and blended with the Diamond Bomb. It is from the Morphe palette by Jaclyn Hill, and it's the Volt collection, and the color is VIP. Now finally for the setting spray, I use matte, and this flavor, I guess you can call it, is coconut. I love it. The setting spray is bomb. It just sets everything in place. Going back to my Juvia's palette, and I'm going to pick up the color Aja, which was the darker blue, and I'm going to put that as close to my waterline as I can. So the Eco brushes I've been using are Eco Tools, that's the name of it. And this is a very small blending brush by Eco Tools that I'm using for under my eye. I'm going to pick up the Aja color, which was the reddish color. And I'm going to put that a little bit lower than the Aja. And I'm going to really blend those two together. I said I'm putting the Aja underneath the Aja. I meant to say that reddish color is Zakia, and I'm putting that right beneath the Aja and blending that together. Next, I'm going to take the Morphe palette by Jaclyn Hill, and I'm going to use this color called Pool Party. It's this really pretty blue, and I'm going to use that to line my under eye. The brush I'm using is like a little eyeliner brush by e.l.f., and it's also part of the Precise line. Finally, to wrap this makeup look up, I'm going to apply mascara onto my bottom lashes. I'm so excited for you guys to see the final results. Thank you so much everyone for watching my very first YouTube tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, please leave that underneath the video. And of course, please subscribe. Thanks everyone. Mwah!